Welcome to this episode of The Real on Real Estate, where the NW Home Experts team adorns your perspective with real facts, collaborates with local experts to find the real truths, and equips you with the real tools you need to flourish in today's real estate market.
Hey, and welcome back to The Real on Real Estate. I am your host, Kelly Harrison, and I am joined with my teammates. I got Katana Mitchell,
Yes, sir.
Sarah Mitchell, commonly known as the Mitchells.
Just put that together, huh? Just it's automatically the Mitchells.
Just two peas in a pod. We are three of the six, what do we say, 5 3/4 member team of NW Home Experts located here in the state of Washington.
Yes, we are.
All right. So, Mitchells, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
You.
Yeah.
Thank you. We here.
Okay. So let's start let's start. Since this is like an origin story, the genesis of the Mitchells.
Yeah.
Let's start there. Where did you guys meet?
She's gonna look right at me.
No,
we met.
This is a family friendly podcast, though.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh,
Met
no, it's all
at
good.
the
No, we met.
You both saying that at the same time.
She went to the song right there. Oh yeah, I was stationed in Germany. Got stationed there in May of 2018. Shortly after getting there, I met Sarah.
Yep.
I thought it would took some time, but it happened quick. Like
Same
the
month,
first
actually, yeah.
month I got to Germany, that's when I met Sarah.
Were you looking for a honey?
I don't know. I don't say that. I was just, I was in Germany doing my thing.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it a buck. Like I was going out there to,
Serve the country.
Of course, y'all. I was there to do my job, but then again, we had downtime, and I wouldn't say I was looking, but Sarah was right there and on the path, right there, and we met, and from there,
we met a year later, got engaged, and then got married.
Yeah.
2019.
Wow. Awesome, guys.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's how we met. We met out in Germany.
We don't go, it was like we met, and I was living in Germany already there because I've been there for, I want to say 7 years at that point.
Yeah.
And you were going to school, right?
Yeah, I was going to
Okay.
school in a whole different city and so forth. So, but then I moved to Wiesbaden, where he got stationed the same month. I moved there in May. He got there in May, and then a couple of weeks later we met, and that was all she wrote. We've been together ever since.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now you're here, and
Yeah,
I know.
It's crazy. It was like
doing this podcast.
you just never
with me.
know. Like
Yeah.
it was just a one night, y'all. Like I was out. I was in actually Frankfurt that night, and decided to go somewhere else, and that's why I met Sarah at.
Yep.
Yeah, and we didn't have like Sarah wasn't the type to be out
Yeah.
or go out places.
I had a friend visiting, and he was like, "Oh, I want to go see nightlife." I was like, "Okay, fine, let's go." Got off work. I think I was working hospitality at that time, so got off work at 11. Still don't drive, so took the bus. I took the bus, and then that's when we met at the bar and had a great conversation. And
By the way, Germany and the transportation system is totally different from how it is in America. It's so common there to take,
take the bus,
bus
the
and
tram, trains.
what they call it, the Habenhof.
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 The train station.
Train station.
Yeah.
Go anywhere
Yeah.
that you need to go.
Yeah, so it was very convenient for me. Therefore, I don't have a driver's license. And then
Yeah.
reality
I just
check
got
when
me
I moved to America. You
Yeah.
can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Without
got
a
me a
car.
little, what they call it, a little hoopty car, like something that was cheap. Bought it from a German guy.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah, he couldn't ship his car.
out in another spot out there in Germany. I forgot the name of the place, but it was like an hour train ride.
Yeah.
And I drove back to Wiesbaden.
Yeah.
But that's like the original, like how it started. Like I met her we was out in Germany, and from there we
got together.
stuck together.
Like how we're here.
And we did
then,
things out in Germany. She was like my translator out there.
Yes, I was.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
like certain places, that I didn't understand German at all. and Sarah was able to translate that for me.
Well, you got lucky.
No.
Oh yeah,
Personal
3
translator
those
and a wife
three-
all in
yeah,
one.
those 3
Yeah.
years was
Yeah.
was smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
have nothing
sounds
to
like a lot
complain
of
about.
fun.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
And Sarah, you're originally from Morocco.
Yes, I am in North Africa. I'm originally from Morocco, but I moved to Germany when I was 17. After
No.
graduating high school,
Uh-huh.
I went to college there. And I have family there and so forth. So I stayed there for 7 years until I met him. And then he did his contract there. And then, he was getting out. So he was like, let's go ahead and give it a try in America. So I came here. I was
Nice.
hesitant
We
at
had
first.
little moments though. We had little moments when we was thinking about staying in Germany.
Yeah, we did. We did consider staying in
I
Germany.
mean,
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy, but when you go over there and you be over there for some time, it does become like a little thought. Like,
Yeah.
okay, this
Oh,
not
for
a bad
sure.
place to live. Why
Right.
not? Like, you can stay in Germany, and there's a lot of people that we met out there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember we went to the commissary, it's basically our grocery store out there for military and on base, and met an older guy. I think he was like in his 80s, and
Yeah.
he was out, just starting to having conversations, being nice with him and everything. He told me like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I've been living here for like 50 something, like 40 something years, and I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and he was like, yeah, I came
and
over back
yeah.
in like the 70s or something like that,
And
and
just decided to stay.
and decided to stay.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's
Yeah, there's a
cool as
lot of
well.
service members that
Yeah.
have stayed, married,
Right.
or
Yeah.
have kids there.
Right.
So yeah, it's a lot of them shit. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a great origin story.
Mhm.
But bringing you guys over to the United States,
Yeah.
Yeah.
first off, how did you end up in Washington? Because Katani, you were from, is it North Carolina?
I'm from Georgia.
Georgia.
Georgia, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're originally from Georgia.
Yeah.
Sarah, you're from Morocco.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're all the way up in the
Washington.
northwest, like the highest point on the north side of the United States.
That's all the way across.
Right,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
halfway across the world for you. Basically, the
For me.
complete
Yeah.
opposite side of the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was at Fort Hood. They think they changed it to Fort Cavazos now, if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think
sure.
they changed the name.
Yeah, so it's a different base there. So I was there and I was looking for my next duty station, and it was more like, okay, what are the top requested duty stations? You
Yeah.
know, I heard a lot of good word about Fort Carson out in Colorado. That's in
Mhm.
Colorado Springs.
Mhm.
And I heard about JBLM, Joint Base Lewis McChord here in Washington. So
Really? It's
when it
one of
came
the
down
top
to
requested?
it, yeah, it was one of the
Wow,
top requested
okay.
areas. Well, I don't know now, y'all. It was at that time,
Yeah.
and I was thinking about it. And I was like, maybe, I was thinking more of JBLM because
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard
Good things about
good
it.
things about it, and plus I've been to Colorado, and it
Yeah.
was super cold. Don't get me wrong, y'all, it was super cold, like, and it get cold here too. But I was like, let me go to Washington. Seems,
Yeah.
like the place to be.
And
So,
you
he
liked
was
it enough
sta-
to stay?
Well, he was stationed here. That's what he was saying. Like from Texas. He
Yeah,
came
yeah,
here,
I
he
was
got
stationed. So I got
here.
here in
Gotcha.
2016.
And
So I
then-
was
Yeah,
at JBLM.
okay.
So I was
so you had
stationed there.
experience here.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
experienced here.
Yeah.
But then when I got to Germany and met her, and then when it was time I decided
Come
to get
back,
out
yeah.
and come back. I had options. A lot of people get out the service and they go home. Like,
Yeah.
I'm originally from Georgia, so I was like, oh, it's best to go to Georgia and be around family and
Yeah.
that type of stuff. And it just didn't work that way. Everybody don't have the perfect background, perfect family, and so
Mhm.
forth. And like my hometown at that time had over 73 homicides that year. And you got to think about
Wow.
that. That's
Yeah.
a small area
Yeah.
for that many. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it was more of like, not saying all of Georgia's bad, just like my certain area. I did look up in Atlanta and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I didn't thought about Washington, and while I was stationed here, I didn't have any problems. I mean, there's problems everywhere, but I really liked
Right.
Washington. It was
Yeah.
pretty chill, different,
Yeah.
and then I had to compare it to, my wife was in Germany, so that culture, and then bring her over to the Northwest it's like a similar as far as weather,
Yeah.
as far as different
Yeah.
of diversity of different people.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
here.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was the main reason why he chose
Yeah,
Washington.
yeah. I just
'Cause
thought
it's,
like
like,
it
similar.
fit
Instead
better.
of
going to
It was
Georgia and-
similar.
Being introduced to like a whole new culture and stuff.
And weather.
And
And
that heat.
weather, yeah.
Oh,
that
humidity,
you're
heat.
talking about different
and-
weather.
Yeah. So he was like, everybody around me actually was saying,
Yeah.
Washington would be a great introduction to America, especially, the weather is similar. I know there's a little bit of German or Dutch history here too. With Leavenworth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been so I was told about that, and I did see that there's a German thing bakery here and stuff.
Yeah. You're like, okay.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay.
German diner.
Yeah, I'm getting close. I'm getting close.
go
But
to
then,
that
of course, I
dot.
come here and I get surprised that it's not as like in Germany. I was able to get like a lot of the stuff that I wanted, especially from back home. Morocco,
Yeah.
there's a lot of that. But here, coming to the States, I realized that there are certain areas where of course, there's more of that immigration population there, so you would have those stores and
Oh,
stuff.
right,
But
right.
here,
Right.
I have to drive all the way to SeaTac.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that traffic is not
Right.
pleasant.
That's not, you're not just
So
going
that's
there
a-
for a quick trip.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a trip, and you have to kind of think about it and stuff. But it's been great. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
love it.
welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You guys
how
have
it
like
is.
lived here longer than I have, but welcome.
Well,
Well,
No, I'm still,
well,
I still feel like a tourist.
Yeah.
yeah, those 2 years went by fast.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Well,
Yeah.
what, 2.5 now? 'Cause we got
Yeah,
back in
2021, August 2021. That's when
Oh,
we
that's
got
when
here.
you guys moved back? Okay,
Yeah,
never
so
mind. I
it's
take
been
that back.
about
I got
2.5
back in
years.
2019.
Okay, so you're
19,
here
yeah.
longer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as being in Washington, period, from 2019.
No, I grew up here, but like I
Oh, okay.
came back. I was gone for a long time,
Yeah.
so I didn't. I used to like people would be like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, California.
Hello.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Definitely a different vibe.
Yeah, it
different-
is. It is.
different-
But it's been a pleasure. Met a lot of
Yeah.
great people, and the culture here is nice.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely happy to have you guys here at Northwest
Thank
Home
you.
Experts.
Oh, yeah.
But let's get into the real estate side
Yeah.
of things. We kind of talked about it a little bit in our first episode that ever aired that we
Yeah.
ever had, our inaugural one. If you guys haven't listened to that, make sure to check that out.
Yeah, go
Yes,
check
please
that
do.
out.
But Katana, Sarah, you have a background
Yes.
in real estate.
Yes,
So
from the
yeah, let's
cultural-
start there a little bit.
So from the cultural aspect, just in Morocco in general, my parents have always bought, sold properties. They've always had some type of real estate business.
Okay.
My grandma as well. My grandma had one of those telephone booth businesses, so I was sitting down with her counting the coins and stuff. But real estate has always been a conversation in our family, even with inheritance, estates, and all of that. So growing up, we've always had that conversation. I've always been around it. It's been instilled in us that you have to buy property. We own all our homes back in Morocco, so the house we have, my dad built, and we lived in a few homes, and he would sell them. We would move around. So, as a doctor, he didn't have to transfer much, but he did change where his clinic is a couple of times.
Yeah.
So that's where I got involved with seeing them buying rentals and stuff like that, and then buying properties with my mom. Eventually, me and her did joint ventures together. But as a career, it was never.
It wasn't
it's
something
not
that you.
the same thing. No, it's not the same thing. In Morocco, being a real estate agent,
Yeah.
it's quite different.
Okay.
So once, of course, Mitchell's story would start in here with real estate and going to the open house and read. It all started. Of course, his story is wonderful because it all started with reading a book and wanting to build something for his family, finding another trajectory after the military. Then after that, buying the course, not knowing that he can get licensed with the Rockwell course. He just bought it for the knowledge aspect. Finding out he can get licensed, that's when he started looking up things about what does it mean to be a real estate agent, and then watched a couple videos and went to the open house, just taking that initiative. And then he started his career as a solo agent and got me an opportunity to work as a GC for the same brokerage he was at. And then when I got licensed, we decided to do it together. And we got into real estate for the same thing. We want to do the investment aspect, but it was good for us that we started in real estate as agents too, because now we're learning much more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I think you learn a lot when you're in it, right? In
Yeah,
the thick of
definitely.
it.
Yeah, definitely.
more
You
than
learn
just-
quite a lot. Especially
Yeah.
in the environment we have here.
Yeah.
We always talk about both sides. We don't just take one side of real estate. We talk
Right.
about it all. So
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Katana, tell us your story though, because you like got a message from God, and I love getting messages from God or like whatever higher powers
you believe
may
in,
be,
yeah.
but you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
those little synchronicities, they add up and like,
yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I take it back. Like, Sarah had that, she grew up, with a family that, had some kind of similarity with real estate. Meanwhile, I grew up, the opposite, in our household, we grew up in poverty. It was, grew up in some of the dangerous areas in America. And we just didn't, we didn't have that background. We didn't have that type of knowledge and so forth. But that's just a little rough background. But when I got here,
I don't think that's anything though to like. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot to overcome
Yeah.
when you're
Yeah.
in that.
Yeah. That's
oh
true.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
a challenge. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people don't make it out, but that's why you get yourself in position to reach back and help those.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate
Yeah.
that can't get out. My way out was like military and
Yeah.
being able to move around. Luckily going and figuring out a way. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna join the military because I want to have something. I want to
Yeah.
experience something. Do that, and that's when the military kind of opened me up to everything, different people, different lifestyles, opened up my mind to more things. And then once I got here, it was more of the getting out of the service, and now I don't have no family here in Washington, no cousins, no brothers, no uncles, nobody you can be like, hey, I'm going to my so and so house,
Right.
and I'm gonna go kick it with them. Had none of that. So at the beginning, it was just like, oh snap, I'm out the military. I don't have
Yeah.
the same friends. Everybody's gone,
Mm-hmm.
so forth, and it's just me, my wife, and my dog. So having somewhat dysfunctional family as well doesn't help.
Yeah.
Now don't get me wrong, my immediate family, we're separated, but we're still close. Like my brothers, my mom, and my little sisters. As far as like everyone else, like that's kind of like out the way.
Yeah.
And we all spread out and so forth.
Yeah.
But when I got here, some more just trying to figure out that next path and adjusting to being a civilian and getting out here and into a whole different world that I wasn't used to.
Yeah.
So after 8 years and coming back to this, it got pretty hard on me mentally.
Yeah.
So, stay strong, all the soldiers out there that get out the military after a certain amount of time, no matter when. And, it's not easy.
Right.
It's going to be a challenge, but, just push through and you'll find your way. That's pretty much how it was. It was more of me always wanting more. I knew in the military, don't get me wrong, serve my country, but I know there I wouldn't have what I wanted. At the end of the day, I wanted more.
You wanted more for
Lifestyle,
like,
more things I can have.
Yeah.
If you want to call it financial, wealth and stuff, more. That's what I wanted. I didn't want to have to wait until I achieve a certain area within the ranks in order to get money.
Maybe there was like a ceiling that you like kind of felt being
It
in
was a ceiling in there. I
military.
didn't really want a ceiling.
You didn't want a ceiling,
but
sure.
I really enjoyed serving my country, had
Yeah.
fun, did a lot, met a lot of good people.
Right.
And once I got out and went through the stress of, trying to adjust, that's when I thought about, okay, I want more. What can I do to get more? And like I said, I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, which I got it on Audible. I started working at a warehouse and so forth, just trying to figure out a way. And in the book, I learned a lot. He talked about stock
it's a great
market.
book.
Yeah, and he talked about
real estate.
Yep.
And so forth. So I kind of dabbled a little bit in both, but I was like, oh no, the stock market kind of, I know about investing. Thank God I learned a little bit about investing. I could put money in there and so forth and let it grow. But I was more interested in the real estate side, and that was more of like the, all right. I was thinking of it I'm like, okay, I can build generational wealth. I was thinking from the point of view of like, real estate. If I own these properties, I'll be able to take care of my family and so forth. But I need to know how to do it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, in the meantime, while I'm going to school, I'm just going to learn real estate or figure out a course. Went on Google looking up real estate course. It's crazy. I always say this all the time because I didn't think I would become an agent from it. I know that's kind of crazy. Like, oh, you could be an agent. I wasn't thinking that at that time.
Sure, yeah.
I was thinking like, hey, I just want to learn real estate.
Yeah.
So I can use it later on down the line. Once I get a job and I know what to do.
Yeah.
And ended up getting the course, and through the course, like I believe chapter 3, I learned that, oh, I can get my license from this. And I was telling Sarah, I'm like, look, I can get my license from this,
Yeah.
But then it kind of gave me worse because I'm like, what's the catch? It's always a catch to stuff. But I looked into it. I went ahead through with it. And
found out about open house.
Found out about it. I was learning about open houses and so forth. Thanks for the help.
Yeah.
I was learning about the open houses and so forth. And like I said, it was a rough moment. I believe, if you believe in a higher power, I believe God was looking at me and, seeing that I was struggling, stressed, almost depressed. Was in the house. Sarah had got her job working on post. I would drop off at work, and I was doing my courses and working at the warehouse at the same time. No
Yeah.
which way to go.
Yeah.
Luckily, my phone, I had an issue with the phone. I don't remember, y'all. It was an issue with my phone with T-Mobile.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I had to go up there and fix this issue. I don't know if it was the bill they was messing up on or it was something. I don't remember. But I got in the car, hopped in, drove over. And don't get me wrong. T-Mobile is like 2 minutes from where I'm living at.
Yeah.
2 minute drive.
So like super close.
It's like right there.
Like you make that drive all the
Yeah,
time.
you make that
Nothing
drive
crazy.
all the time. It's right there
You
by
do
the
with your eyes
neighborhood
closed.
Walmart.
Yeah.
Right there. We just drive there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the way there, I happened to see, don't get me wrong, I'm not in a great place mentally.
Right.
On the way there, I happened to see the open house sign pointing. And it stood out because I'm actually learning the stuff. And I was like, okay, I wasn't dressed for this. I just threw on some regular stuff. Like if you were going to your Walmart with your pajamas and sweats and threw that on, was going that way. I was like, some told me, hey, go check out this place. It was in the 55 and up community, trailer home.
Yep.
Nice community. Drove through, but in my head, I'm thinking like, I'm not coming here. I know I'm not 55 and up, but I know I'm going to the open house because I just want to see what it looked like. Maybe this can help me get out of this negative headspace I'm in. I got there, and that's when I walked in and I met another agent at the time that was hosting the open house. Nobody wasn't there, and we kind of just talked about it. He gave me his card, and then from there, that's where it all started.
That's where it all started for you. So it kind of was just like a domino effect after that.
Yeah.
And you signed up with...
I was happy that I went to that open house.
Yeah.
Because when I went there, that's kind of what opened the door. Having the risking it, because I learned after that people just don't do stuff like that. And I'm like, what you mean people just don't do stuff like that? Sometimes you just got to take those risks. Like, I wasn't thinking of it that way. It's a way of how you perceive what you're doing.
Yeah.
I was just thinking like, okay, I'm learning about this. I'm just going here to see what it looks like. I'm not going here to be worried of who I'm going to run into. Yeah. If I have questions, I'm just going to ask them. I'm not coming in a negative way. I just want to know. And then doing that was able for me to get his business card. He told me, hey, come to our office. And that's where it went. And then I went to that office and started there.
So you initially started over there at a different real estate brokerage, which from my understanding, I mean, we've been in real estate long enough to know that like there are thousands of brokerages out there. So it is super important to really figure out which one works best for you because we're all different and there's different styles, 1,000 ways to skin a cat.
Yeah, but we weren't even shopping like that. That's the crazy thing. I was still just learning. I wasn't looking at Keller Williams or any of these other big names.
Yeah, because I mean, you just had found out that you were able to get a license, and all of that just worked out because when you think about your headspace at that time, I feel like that was really needed, and God needed to show you a way and to get you out of it. Because after that, you were kind of focused. You had something that's motivating you. You started getting some kind of direction. But we didn't know, like, you don't know starting up as an agent what you need to be looking for.
Right.
So that's why that was an experience I can say for him that he learned what he really needed and he wanted the
path
training.
Just kind of opened up. Like once I saw it and I started heading towards it, the doors just started opening up. And then I started learning as I went. But
And then Sarah jumped on board too.
Yes.
You had an opening and you did TC work.
Yeah, so they had an opening. Their TC was leaving, so he mentioned during the meeting, he brought up my name, and I went and interviewed and got the position, and I was able to work there. I learned quite a lot, and which helped me as well when I got licensed. And when we started looking for a different place, again, while in the process of getting my license and doing the course, he was already moving on to a different place, which was EXP. So when he did that move, I got my license and I was like, well, you're at EXP. I've already seen the experience, kind of learned about the brokerage and their whole setup and everything. So I was like, oh, I'll just hang my license there too. And we can do this together.
Yeah.
And that was in October.
Yeah.
So, and I had quit my job. And we went full time into real estate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Full steam ahead into real estate, into
Yes,
2023
ma'am.
real estate
Yeah.
market.
Oh.
Nice
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, it was
It was a challenge.
it was a
Don't
trial,
get me
yeah.
wrong.
It was
It
a
was a trial
challenge.
because like things didn't work out at the first brokerage, and I was, look somewhere else, and you trying to figure out a new path, and then once you get
Yeah.
on that, and then traveling that path, and
Right.
at the
Yeah.
beginning of the what was it, 2023, beginning of last year, still having to, I had to go get a
Part-time
part-time
job, yeah.
until the business kicked off. So I had to I had to work both. I had to be at a job clocking in, and then once I'm out of there, and in the time I'm not there, I'm working on the deals with my wife.
Right.
And once the business picked up, I say like 4 or 5 months with
Yeah.
me working the part-time, that's when I decided like just to risk, because sometimes you have to risk it, like, and I just quit
Yeah,
the
full steam ahead.
job, full steam ahead. I already had some momentum with the real estate, with clients and so forth, and just take that risk and hopped out and was like, hey, let's go at it full time. And that
Yep.
would mean putting your head down, because when you don't have no choice and you're back against the wall, then you figure out what you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that to some extent. I don't agree with it, all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely some extent. I think it's kind of like different people.
Yeah, different
Different people.
experiences. Yeah. Yeah.
Different people obviously respond to different things
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
different ways.
Yeah.
But let's talk about real estate, because you guys were new in this whole year, and you guys
Yeah.
crushed it.
Oh, thank you. We
Yeah.
tried.
So what were some challenges that you guys did experience? I mean, you were so successful, but let's start with like some of the roadblocks that you guys experienced along the way.
I think expectations. We had to kind of figure out how to manage that, especially because when you're in the business with dealing with people, you really can't have a set of expectations because everybody is different, and you had to learn, how to deal with different psychology, like psychological things when it comes to people again. So, the challenge for us was also when you first start and you're just learning your strategy, because it's your business, so nobody's going to hold your hand and walk you through being a business owner. Luckily for us, we do have a great mentor. Joe is awesome about teaching you how to be a responsible business owner as well. But we had all the tools and so forth, but then we had to learn how to manage all this business that's coming in, how to, not let things slip through the cracks and stuff like that. So that was a big learning thing for me, and I would say for us during that year. Even though we were doing great, we had great momentum going. We had to learn the other side of it, where you get too busy that you might actually lose opportunities because you're not building your systems right. Even though you have everything, you're still not building them the right way.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of honing on to what you're doing. So many different ways of doing this business, and you just finding where you fit in at, and just going at that, not overthinking it.
Yeah.
Just choose what you're gonna do and do it.
Well, and that's what I love about you guys, because I've seen you work together,
Yeah.
and you guys, your qualities about like your way you conduct business complement each other so well.
Oh yeah, no,
Right?
we're grateful
Wouldn't
for
you
that.
say, like-
we're grateful for that.
Yeah.
We always look at each
Yeah.
other and we're like, how are we able to live together, be married, and also have a business
I
together,
wouldn't
work
even
together?
I know, I
but
would-
we never thought.
We
We
never
never
thought
thought of
about
like
it.
that.
Yeah,
Like,
we
we never
just
thought
went
of it
with
like
the
that,
flow.
because when we was in Germany, you had your own job.
Yeah,
I
I
was
had my
doing
own
my
thing.
own
Yeah.
thing.
And even
And
here
then
in the
people
beginning,
nowadays, they still, some people, we have people ask, how are y'all, like, oh, we like what you do, because a lot of people can't work with their
Yeah.
partner.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that, but this is what
No, I
I'm
mean,
hearing
which
from
is-
somebody
yeah.
else who's on the outside
Yeah.
looking in, saying, oh, I couldn't work with my partner.
I think
like to
personally
separate
that'd be
and stuff.
really hard, but you
Yeah, a
guys
lot of
do
people think
really
that
well.
is difficult, but
Yeah.
I don't know, like, with me and Sarah, like, we kind of just
Yeah.
came together, and then was like, I don't know. I don't see it being hard. It's
just the way-
it's
I don't
hard
know
to
how to-
explain.
yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It's
Yeah, it's
like
just the way
we
it-
just work together.
No, I know, I can see it every day. You guys work like so well. I mean, because you like whatever you
and
lack,
we have
Katana has.
and we have different
What-
personalities,
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
like when it comes to charisma and stuff. We have we're
You're
complete
amazing business
opposites,
partners.
but we
But she
come
do
together.
her thing,
Yeah.
like she do her
Yeah.
thing, and I do mine. I
Yeah.
mean, we like, I know, like
have
you say,
different
the
styles.
separated time, but when we get home, she probably do something she likes to do. I go
Yeah.
do what I like to
Yeah.
do.
We
at
take
the
our time
house.
off with each
And
other.
we
too.
talk to each other. Yeah, we talk to each other. But at work, I don't know. For me, being in it, I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love
Yeah.
it. I feel like it's the best life for me.
Yeah.
Because
grateful
for
for
me,
it,
I
too.
can be around my wife all day. every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get space away, but like it's something different when you working together in business.
Yeah.
Because now, even no, I'm not so worried about what's going on, but at least if something bad happens, she's with me.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to
Absolutely.
go figure out like what happened at this place or this and this
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that. I
that's
gotta
true.
leave somewhere to go. We're together, so
Yeah.
everything we do together. So we taking road trips to go show
Yeah,
houses.
exactly,
We
yeah.
together, so we can talk about. So, oh, you see this? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
it's really been a blessing.
Yeah, I'm grateful
for
for
me
that.
and for me, I love it. Me and Sarah, like, I don't know, it just feel normal.
Yeah.
Now me and Sarah have been together. You know,
I mean, we
going on
never
6
orchestrated
years,
it. We
so-
didn't think it was ever going to happen because, of course, you have your
Yeah, you
two
didn't think
different
of that.
lives. I had
Yeah.
my job, he had
Yeah,
his.
she had the
and
TC thing.
yeah.
I was doing the agent thing.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
but then everything came together,
Yeah.
and I'm grateful that we're
Yeah.
we're able to actually do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, and you guys do it well too, I would have to
Appreciate
say.
that.
It's
Yeah, we appreciate it.
impressive.
yeah,
Yeah, we
appreciate
appreciate
that.
it, and we're just constantly like, oh, we gotta grow, let's
Yeah.
get after, and
Yeah.
I don't know, I think we
And I
just
think
find
we
joy
also
in it.
we find joy in it, and we also know like we've been together for what's coming on 6 years now, so
Huh?
we've been together for a while. So I
Yeah.
think we can also tell from our cues and stuff like that. So I know when I can tell from his face when he needs space, so I can you know what I
Yeah.
mean, or
Yeah.
if something's getting frustrating, where I can
Yeah.
take over.
You're like,
And
"Okay."
even with talking to clients, actually, because we have two different personalities, he's able to not let me overwhelm a person because I'm too detailed and want to talk about
Yeah.
the paperwork and stuff, and or sometimes too analytic. So he would jump in with the charm and come, and then we
Right.
kind of can help each other.
Yeah, we
out that
just
way.
kind of balance and help each other out.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you never know what type of person you're dealing with, and
Right.
they might relate more
Yeah.
to her more than they relate to me. So
Right.
she can do
Right.
that, and
And you can kind of read the
Yeah.
client.
you
like
can
if,
read it.
Like Sarah's overwhelming them. You can
Oh
be
yeah,
like,
no,
I
there-
will step in.
Yeah, there are a lot of
Yeah,
times where
they-
he has to be like,
versa.
what she means.
Yeah, what she means.
Don't
you
let
gotta
it
understand
scare
we're
you.
two different.
Yeah.
I always compare that to the background of how we grew up. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
Sarah's very intelligent, very
Appreciate that.
intelligent woman. Love her to death. She I know when it comes to the book and the paperwork,
Yeah.
she's gonna talk and she wants you to understand every little bit, as you should. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh,
But
for sure.
trust me, y'all, when y'all hearing stuff, some stuff be just sounding overwhelming because there's a lot of information. But what I'm able to do, I'm able to take all the information and I'm able to just put it in a sentence.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because that's in
smooth it
nursing.
out.
That's what I do. The
Yeah.
doctor will come
Yeah.
in and say all
Yeah.
these big
big
terms,
things,
and
yeah.
then like the
What he means
Yeah.
is
The patient
you're gonna
walks
be able
out,
to
like-
leave tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm able to.
you're gonna live.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, just that little word.
Yeah.
You're gonna live.
Yeah.
This is it. Basically, that's it. That's
Yeah.
and the
Right.
yeah, and I'm able to do that, and also able to explain things my way and
Yeah.
talk about things. But
Yeah.
we have our flow of things, and as far as getting out in front of our clients and talking to them and going over what we do, we're able to just bounce off each
Yeah,
other easily.
yeah.
So I might talk about what we doing as far as advertising your home and
Mhm. Yeah, all
you
of
know what
that.
I'm saying, all that good stuff, and then Sarah come in and explain a
Mm-hmm.
different thing.
Right.
Now, if I miss something, Sarah will can just hop in and say, If she missed something, I
Yeah, you
hop
can
in.
come-
But
yeah.
also you can,
Don't let her scare you.
yeah.
She's-
Now, Sarah don't scare y'all,
I'm
but
just kidding.
you got
Yeah.
people out there that likes to listen to,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But we want to make it where everybody is able to understand.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think we have that combination.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm grateful for
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
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 Because I ain't saying I'm like, oh, I'm the brightest person in the world. There might be a client that come in and like to know
Absolutely.
all that.
Definitely.
And that's what Sarah come
Right.
in and she's able to, hit them with every little
Yep.
detail that they want to hear. And I'm like, okay, that's you. I'm doing the other stuff.
Yeah.
And if it's,
Yeah.
Vice
we
versa, yeah.
Vice versa. So
Yeah. Yeah. So we're getting to the end of the episode. This is
Yeah.
a segment that I like to do with everybody that comes on.
Yeah.
yeah.
We are in 2024
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and we all experienced 2023.
Mm-hmm.
But if you guys have like a crystal ball in front of you, what are some predictions that you guys have for real estate in 2024?
I would say from what we've been through in 2023, it was kind of a wake up call, because, you know, a lot of things happened during the COVID years. And were years where a lot of people were working on the mental and stuff like that. And then economically, everything that happened afterwards, it was expected. I mean, you cannot not expect it if you know anything about economics. So getting into this year with everything kind of starting to balance out, and I think a lot of people are going to be hopefully more educated on what they do, and us included, be able to articulate and explain the market, explain things that usually we try to shy away from because we think it's too much jargon. And I just think people are going to be more involved, because from now, if you, and especially this year, if you don't do it now, you're gonna miss on a lot of opportunities in 2025. Right now, this is the time to have more conversations, to to get to the investment side of it. This is the great opportunity to get into investment right now. So I would say for us, I predict that we would be able to, you know, achieve that investment goal that we wanted, and get to achieve our GCI goal too. So get a big one this year. So
Good. Yeah. Shoot for the stars.
yeah.
Big globe. We
Yeah.
should do a big globe in front of where we would predict ourselves for this year. Just like I said, you know, we learned a lot last year, and it's about, like you said, leveling up, being better. I'm on a Grant Cardone type shit, you know, 10xing,
Yeah.
you know, and just putting our head down, and going and working. Like, we got introduced to that last year, what it's like to put your head down and work and get after it and help families and so forth. And I found a joy in it, you know, and the joy is helping others, because what's life? We're here to help each other. We
being of
all
service,
got to
yeah.
go through it, so why not
Yeah.
help in the field that we like doing? And I really enjoy real estate in general, so I just, the sky is not the limit. It's above that, you
Yeah.
know. So there's so much I see for us, but more of just putting our head down and helping as many families as we can
yeah.
this year.
Well, that's awesome, you guys. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for
Of course.
having
on
us.
the
Yeah, I enjoyed
podcast.
it. Yeah.
All right. Well, producer Charlie, I think that's going to wrap up episode 5. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, make
All
sure
right.
y'all like, comment, subscribe. We
All of the
here,
above,
all
yeah.
that good stuff.
That's right.
Hit
All
that
of the above.
notification bell. all
Yeah. Yeah. Notifications. Yes. I turned all of my notifications off because it got so overwhelming.
I know.
was
I know.
like,
I can't look at my phone anymore.
I get
Yesterday,
so,
I was telling him yesterday maybe we need 2 phones just so I can have a personal one.
Yeah,
That doesn't
right.
show up with 122
There's
messages.
gonna be
Yeah.
somebody out there like, you don't have 2 phones?
Yeah. Barely keep track of this one.
I know me either. I'm losing my phone, which
Yeah.
is like as a real estate agent, you cannot lose your phone.
When you're doing this and you're looking for your phone,
Oh
you know
yeah,
you need a break.
right.
Yeah, I've
right.
caught myself
All
doing
those
that
Ojo
multiple-
leads, I never have them because my phone's like stuck in the cushions
Plus,
on
you
the
don't have
couch.
signal most of the time, too. You're like in the middle of
Out
earth.
That's why I never get signal. Or I'm just like chit chatting with Charlie. It's
We
Ojo
like
lead,
talking
and
to
I'm
them.
like,
Yeah.
dang it, I'm
The man,
30
the
seconds
legend.
late.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for following us. If you're watching on YouTube right now, make sure to hit subscribe. If you are listening anywhere in the podcast world, make sure to hit follow. And we will see you guys in 2 more weeks for our next episode. If you are interested in connecting more with any of us, you can go to nwhomeexperts.com and be able to connect.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
And that's
let's
it. We'll
connect.
see you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.